Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to when you are watching this video. I'm Diego Abad, and my major is fashion design, and this is my video essay for art history. For this assignment, I picked The Weeping Woman by Pablo Picasso, a personal favorite artwork of mine and artist. I really like this artwork due to its message, but we'll get into that later. But first, this art piece was created in 1937, oil on canvas medium, and it is currently in the Tate Gallery in London. So before we get into the actual art piece, I'm gonna give a brief description about the artist, which would be Pablo Picasso. Pretty well-known artist. Globally, uh, worldwide, nationwide. Everybody knows Pablo Picasso from all parts around the world, and he's a true innovator and inspiration to many artists and just normal people. But he is particularly known in art for creating Cubism, the art style and art form, which basically destructures and distorts just structures and objects in art, but makes it not that far from realism. That makes it like they know what it is, but it's still very unique in a way. And you do that with shapes and all different techniques and styles, which he pioneered in his way. He's known for creating. He's also known for being very experimental between all his artworks. He's very versatile, using very using very different mediums and techniques, styles, textures, and between all of his artworks he's ever done. So that's also why he's known for. And a fun fact about him, he actually went to a fine art school at 13, and he just really he just really wasn't a good student. He really focused more on the artwork portion of school and put his time and effort to that instead of like the basic academic part. So that's why he's considered a bad student if you look it up. And so that was a little fact. But now about the piece, this piece really does attract me. More so, the piece itself. I really like the mood, the atmosphere is giving off. I'm looking to it right here on my right, but the colors are very like blunt, which is weird because the colors are a mix of cool and warm colors. We got yellow, orange, red, green, a little bit of purple, and then white and black in the middle. But it like it doesn't fit to one specific theme. Although the background is more yellow and more warm theme, it doesn't feel like a warm and positive image. Although the colors are vibrant, they do like symbolize that this painting or the meaning or the woman itself is off. Like it's not like on task, and which is what the case is. Noting that this woman, her facial expression is clearly like very traumatic and very like affectionate in a negative way. As you see her mood, it's like it's not the best mood. Like she looks sad or mad or like just horrific and tragic. All these different emotions is coming from this very vibrant painting, which makes it very confusing. And that's just really like attracting me to the piece in the first place. In addition, we see a mixture of different techniques and styles. We see some jagged and sharp lines between the facial mouth area of the woman, but then towards her hair and eye region, we see very squiggly, fluid, loose lines, which just shows like how Picasso implemented different styles and techniques into one art piece and made it work. It's a very visually appealing art piece to me. As well as the bottom, we see like the little lines and just a lot of different techniques. We see smudges, we see a sense of messiness that that fits with the piece. Especially with the meaning, which I'm about to get into right now. It really does connect with the meaning being like all over the place and just more so being an emotional, expressive piece. Uh, Now about this work, like I said before, the colors they add a sort of intensity, sort of a chaotic mood or feel to it, and it connects perfectly to the expression of this piece. So what is the artist communicating? This art, Picasso, you he used this painting as a form of protest art movement against war. So basically, in a little summary, this art piece, he made it for a protest due to the Spanish Civil War and the bombing of Guernica Guernica. And that's basically it. And the story behind it is that his mom actually witnessed the events, like witnessed the innocent people losing their lives, all the horrific like property damage and just the whole bombing of an innocent city really did like it's very tragic. You know, it's like not normal. And his mom witnessed that, and actually describing the events of what she witnessed, she messaged him or contacted him, and her reaction and her emotions, her feeling at the time is what he used and what he intended to illustrate in this artwork. So the symbolism is, you know, the face is distorted. Like you don't really know what's going on. Like you see the sharp lines, you see the smooth lines, you see some smudges, some gradients between the green and the yellow. Like it's very not in one place, which I feel like is what a lot of emotions were at the time, during the time of war, during the time of distress and trauma. Like you really don't know like anything at the moment, which is why it's very like traumatic and very you know, it could relate to a lot of people during that time in those ages and in that time period. His work in response to an event, yeah, is response to the bombing, as I said earlier. And now about the art history portion. Where does his work fit in history of art? So as I said before, Picasso was a pioneer of Cubism art, and this does fit into Cubism art, but also fits into a surrealism. You know, by just having like I said before, like or like this portrait. It is considered a portrait, but it does not fit the norms of what a portrait should be like during that time, and you know, just the norms of it. It is still a face, but I guess it's not like the standard or more formal approach, which is what Picasso did the opposite of. You know, he just was very creative and unique with his expression in standard and normalized art styles and forms. Uh, this is very as I was researching this piece, it was very influential as he he influenced countless inspiring artists by allowing them to explore the depths of human emotion and experiment in representing human emotions. Like this piece right here, you know, you see the woman crying, you know, weeping is in the name, you know, they're in a sad state of mind. And he expressed it with very vibrant and very playful shapes and symmetry. So it really does like make you think what it does make you think like what artists at the time, how they felt about this, and you do see the influence even to this day. Artists such as like George Condo or like a Basquiat, you know, use human expression, like, and they just turn it the other way around. Like they express themselves through the human form, but not in the way of a portrait or like a normalized human artwork, which is, you know, pretty incredible because it's like this painting is 100 years old, and it's just you know, very interesting learning that. And like I said before, this art, this is part of surrealism art, and during the 1930s, surrealism was beginning its uprising. Artists such as Salvador Dali was, you know, on the uprising, so it really did fit with the time period at the time. Now, for the personal response section, this piece is important and significant to me in two ways. The first way is when I first saw this piece and when I first heard the assignment, it brought me back to an event that happened a month ago, which is very similar, sadly, to the events leading up to the creation of this painting, which would be the fact that back in my home country, where most of my family lives in Ecuador, my aunt witnessed a bombing of our family member's house, and due to some issues and some, like, you know, just personal and family issues, some arguments, there was an actual like bomb thrown in one of my family members' house, which my aunt saw whilst walking with my baby cousin. So it was very, like, did not feel real in the moment, and the moment leading up to the Weeping Woman painting was very similar to how what happened with my family back home, as my aunt would call my family over here in the United States and just tell them what happened, and expressing herself just like Picasso's mom expressed herself to him during the events of the Spanish Civil War. And that's how I connected. It really did surprise me because, like, this piece was like, you know, I really much enjoyed this piece, and it really was surprising how a real life moment really did seem far too similar to what happened in this piece, which I never would thought would happen. But another connection I made to this is that this piece really did define the norms of a portrait, in my opinion. Like, if you see this, like, it is a portrait, but also not, because a portrait, should be like a face, whatever. Like, we are used to the, we were used to the norms of a portrait being very formal, very technical, also more like photo-like. But Picasso, what he did, he defined the definition of expressing emotion, expressing the human form, and just a portrait, and formalized art style itself by creating like an abstract portrait while depicting emotion, and ended up being one of the most human connecting and a universal connecting painting artwork that has existed, especially throughout the war times. It really did connect with a lot of people due to World War II being right on the way when this painting was created. It really was influential, and still influential and inspiring to me to this day, knowing that someone broke the norms and bounds of something that was placed and created a new norm, which is something I would like to carry in my future and on my work and just my life in general. Defining the norms and breaking the norms, and just do what I believe is right to me, and express myself in the best way possible, but by also not always following what is expected, in a way, not in a disrespectful way, but more in like in a creative way. And that's how it really connected to me. This piece is very inspiring to me. The mindset of changing the norm. I cut off there, but it was the mindset I have is like to inspire and aspire and have the attitude to change what is meant to be. Like, do stuff that is not done in a positive and a creative way, and that's how I feel like I like to carry out any artwork I do, or any work I do in the future, and just anything I do, just like, just express myself in the best way possible by creating something new and expressing in a new form that isn't normalized or hasn't been seen. And that would be it. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you to professors for assigning this assignment. It really did expand my eyes into going more in depth with this painting, and going more in depth with myself and my relationship to this painting. And for this presentation, I just use my phone, and I am going to use an app to insert the picture somewhere in this video. And that'll be it. So thank you again for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and just yeah, thank you.